Good evening, students. Now, paper number 25. 25 question numbers 66 onwards, 66 to 100 comes under reasoning section, question number 66. Now, first or the second priority? First priority, 66 to 70. మా పేపర్ ఓపెన్ చేసిన వెంటనే ఈ క్వశ్చన్ కనిపిస్తాయి పండగ ఇక అవునా కదా పేపర్ మొత్తం పరిగెడుతుంటుంది ఇక స్పీడ్ దెన్ కమింగ్ టు ద ఫస్ట్ ప్రయారిటీ దెన్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద డేస్ వీ హ్యావ్ మండే ట్యూస్డే వెన్స్డే థర్స్డే ఫ్రైడే సాటర్డే అండ్ సండే నో దీస్ ఆర్ ద 7 days 7 persons were born on 7 different days of a week. Then coming to condition number 1, first to write down the days at the center. Then mark first condition చెప్పండి. Now he was born 3 days after C. 3 days after C means if C is here, now in between C and E how many days? Only 2 days, fine. 1 day after C, second day, third day. 3 days after C, in between C and E there must be exactly 2 days in between C and E. And there was only one person between D and F. And he was born 3 days after C, but not on Friday. Now E cannot be on Friday. E Friday is ruled out. One person between D and F. Now in between D and F how many? There is exactly one. As many before B, after G. Now B and G we need to have equal number of persons. A was born just before G. Now A and G must be together like this. E was born 2 days after D. Now E was born 2 days after D. That means E was born 2 days after D means D must be here. Avuna kada? D is here. D is here. Between D and F there must be exactly one person. Hence F must be before. After is not possible. Hence these 5 persons must be in this row. Isn't it? Then let us start from this one. Now F is here. Can we have F at this place or not? If F is here, then C is here, D is here, blank and E. Can we have E at this place? Hence F cannot be on Monday. Got this? Then next one, F is on Tuesday. If F is here, F, C, D, blank, E, that is fine. But as A and G must be together, is it possible? And this case is also ruled out. And F cannot be on Tuesday as well. Then what is the only possibility left over here? F is here. F, C, D, blank, E. A is immediately before G, A is here, G is here. Then B and G. No, B must be here. This is the final arrangement. Then, now question number 66 to 70. Now here, if you observe here, the difference, the way we have done this one, dealt with this. Now, in general, we used to arrange the elements in the given diagram. Diagram lo arrange chestam. Kani ee roju em chesam separate ga chesam. Endukala? Because definite information is not given. Isn't it? Any definite information, any person is on Wednesday or Tuesday, that information is not given. Hence we have combined 2 to 3 and we are arranging this one here. Then, మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేయవలసింది అది. Then coming to question number 71 to 74. Now 71 to 74 comes under which category? First or the second? Definitely first priority is syllogisms. Now here some cups are mugs. Now these are the cups that are mug, cup and a mug. Some cups are mugs and only a few mugs are bottles. Some of the mugs are bottles but not all. All these mugs cannot be a part of bottle. All bottles are bucket. Now this entire bottle is a part of what? Bucket. Now this is the basic diagram. All buckets can be mugs. Now this entire bucket can be a part of mug or not? Can I write mug like this or not? Yes, it is possible. Then coming to the next one. What is the next one we have? And some mugs are bucket. Some mugs are bucket, that is definitely true. Hence both 1 and 2 choice for question number 71. Then coming to 72. Now in this 72 only a few phones are mobiles. Some of the phones are mobiles but not all. Some phones are mobiles but not all. And all mobiles are what? Entire mobile is a part of laptop. And all laptops are what? All laptops are desktop. All phones are desktop, that is false. Some laptops are phones, that is definitely true. And only 2 follows. Choice 5, 72. And 73. Now in this all buses are cars. Now these are the buses that are cars. All buses are cars. No car is a van. No intersection between car and a van. And only a few vans are trucks. Some of the vans are trucks but not all. This entire van cannot be part of truck. Then first one, some buses are not truck, definitely true. Some buses are trucks, that is false. as some buses are not truck is true, to make this one false, now we need to prove all buses are trucks. Is it possible to write truck like this or not? మరి రాసుకోవచ్చే లేదా? Now truck and van must be intersected, truck and van is intersected. Now I have proven a case where every bus is truck. As all buses are trucks is true, some buses are not truck will be false. Now in the same diagram, in this yellow cycle, and this is alternate diagram. Now in the same diagram, what happened to the previous conclusion? Some buses are trucks. Now it has become true now. When the first one is true, second is false. Second is true, first is false. Between these two, only one can be true. And your answer is either one or two choice. Done with this? It cannot come under neither. The next one, 74. Now in this 74, some books are papers. Now some of the books are papers can be written like this, book and a paper. And next one, all these papers are what? Pens. Now this entire paper is a part of pen. And only a few pens are pencils. Some pens are pencils, but not all. Entire pen cannot be part of pencil. Then some books are pencils, that is false. Some papers are pencils, that is also false. Then what is your answer? Neither one nor two, choice 3. Then 75 onwards. Now in this question number 75, Majapan, first or the second priority. Now 8 persons were there, 8 persons seated around a square table. 8 persons seated around a square table, ఏం చేయాలి? First priority. Then 4 persons at the center, 4 at the corners. Now, the persons who are at the center are facing towards which direction? Center, inside. And the persons at the corners are facing outside. Then SC is sitting out to the left of team. SC is sitting out to the left of team. And any information given regarding position not given. కనుక ఏం చేయాలి? ఏం చేయాలి? Then we need to start with the two possibilities with this, the first information. And what is the first information here? SC is seated out to the left of T. We need to start with the two possibilities. What are those two possibilities? Now T can be at the center or T can be at the corner. Man dekha the two possibilities. Now in this case you are taking T at the center. Now in this case you are taking T at the corner. Then broadly we have only two possibilities. SC is sitting out to the left of T, in this case SC is here, and SC is sitting out to the left of T, SC is here. Then R is not an immediate neighbor of S and T. R cannot be at any one of these places. And so many possibilities we have for this are two possibilities. Now similarly R cannot be at any one of these possibilities. There are two possibilities to this R. Now we are representing R with a smaller letter. Why it was under smaller letter? Because it is a possibility. Now once that has been finalized, then we will convert that one into a capital letter. The next one, V sits opposite to R. Now V and R are opposite to each other. Which two persons are opposite? V and R are opposite to each other. The next one, W is sitting at one of the sides of the table but not immediate neighbor of R. Then W is at corner. W is at side. Isn't it? W is at a side but not an immediate neighbor of R. And W and R are not adjacent to each other. And only one person between P and U. In between P and U, how many? One. U who is not an immediate neighbor of V. Now U and V are not adjacent to each other. Now Q is not an immediate neighbor of both these two persons are in this. Q is not adjacent to R and S. U sits opposite to S. Now U is opposite to S. In fact, we are waiting for such information. Isn't it? Ma U ekkada dorkinది. U is here between U and P. How many persons? There is exactly one person. Now between U and P there must be exactly one person, isn't it? Then U and P, if you take one person between U and P can be either here or here. Now P is here or here, then V and R opposite is ruled out, isn't it? ikkada P తీసుకున్నా you cannot have R at this place. ikkada P తీసుకున్నా you cannot have R at this place because V and R are opposite to each other. Hence what can you decide from this one? R's position is finalized. And where should this R be? Now where should this R be? P has not been finalized, but whereas R must be here. R ekkadunte V must be here. Now here again. Now one person between whom? U and P. Now if U is here, now if U is U and P, U is here, then R cannot be here because and R and V are opposite. R if U is here, then R U kaadu. P kada? Now P is P cannot be here, cannot be here. Avuna kada? Hence which implies R cannot be at this place. And where R cannot be here, then where should this R? R must be at the corner. If R is here, opposite to whom? Opposite to V. Then P can be at any one of these places, isn't it? Now P ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి చెప్పండి. Now U and P, there must be exactly one person. P can be either here or here, two possibilities. Now here again, one person between U and P can be here. Then next one, W and R are not adjacent to each other. And U and V are not adjacent. U and V are not adjacent, fine. V and R are opposite. Q is not adjacent to R as well as S. Now Q is not adjacent to R and S, then where should this Q be? Q must be here. Q is not adjacent to both R and S. As Q is not adjacent to both R and S, so Q must be here. Saripenda? Now if Q is here, where should this P be? P is here. Now if Q is here, then P must be here. And finally we are left with what? W. W is here, W is here. Now W and R are not adjacent to each other, isn't it? W, whatever this W, W is at one of the sets. Here W is at the corner, and that case is completely ruled out. Now we have left with only this information. Done? Now this is about question number 75 to 79. Now note on this one, 75 to 79. My pen రాసుకున్నారా? Then next one, question number 80 onwards. Now in this 80. Now question number 80 to 83, first or the second? Definitely first priority sequence. How many numbers are there? And which are immediately preceded by consonant, immediately followed by symbol. The sequence must be consonant, a number and a symbol. Immediately followed by this number, you need to have a symbol. Now symbol మీద focus చేయండి. Now number. Now consonant, now number and symbol, but whereas not preceded by consonant. My number that the symbol. Unda leda W9. Clear? Now W is a consonant, N9 is a number and a symbol. The next one, here this hash cannot be taken. Can you take this one or not? This is also ruled out. Then next one, what is the next one we have? My number and number. B and this one. Ami dautunda? Avadu. Next one, then consonant, number and a symbol. Consonant, number and a symbol. Consonant, number and a symbol. Unda leda? And consonant, number and a symbol. Unda leda? And how many are there altogether? 3. 3, that is choice for question number 80. Then 81, if all the symbols are deleted, then which element is 4th to the right of 9th from the left? 4th right and 9th left. That means 13th from where? 13th from the left hand side without the symbol. Without the symbol, 13th from the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What is your answer? 3. Now 3, that is given in choice for 81. And 82, and what is the sum of the numbers which are not adjacent to symbols? Sum of the numbers that are not adjacent to symbol, this number is adjacent to a symbol, this number is adjacent to a symbol, now this number is not adjacent to a symbol. Now this is adjacent to a symbol, 4 is adjacent to a symbol, 7 is adjacent to a symbol, 5 is adjacent to a symbol. Then what is your answer? Only 3 choice. Then 83 to 87, first or the second priority? Ma matladali. First priority. Because why it comes under the first priority? All these numbers are below 20. Below 20, PO prelim, first priority. Then what is the first information? M sits 4th to the left of the one who is seated adjacent to H. Clear? M sits 4th to the left of the one who sits adjacent to H. Now just by reading this information, then you need to shift this one to second priority. Maybe second priority పెట్టుకోవాలి. Clear? It is not based on the number, but whereas, I mean, ఎలా తీసుకుంటా చెప్పండి? M sits 4th to the left of the one who sits adjacent to H. Tell me how you will take this one. My H ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాడు. Clear? H కి neighbor. Neighbor కి ఎంత రావాలి? And 4th అంటే మధ్యలో ఎంత రావాలి? M. ఇది ఫస్ట్ పాజిటివ్. నెక్స్ట్ ఇంకొక ఏషెంట్. H కి ఇమీడియట్ నైబర్ ఇక్కడ ఉంటాడు. క్లియర్? వాటితో కంపేర్ చేసుకుంటే 3 persons in between. 1, 2, 3, అప్పుడు M ఇక్కడ ఉంది. How many possibilities we have? 2 పాజిటివ్. మా ఈ సెకండ్ది డ్రా చేయడం కొద్దిగా కాంప్లికేటెడ్ మీకు. అందుకే దీన్ని సెకండ్ ప్రయారిటీ పెట్టుకోవాలి. Done because as of now you already done with 2 puzzles. That is very much sufficient. Then let's చేద్దాం ఇప్పుడు మరి. Now M sits 4th to the left of the one who sits adjacent to H. Now in the first case H is here. H is immediate left hand side. This person, there are 3 persons in between and some must be here. సరిపోయిందా లేదా? And in the second case, H is here, H immediate left hand side, that immediate right hand side neighbor. And when compared with this person, between this person and M, how many persons are there? There are only 3 persons. Hence, between M and H, you can have 4 people or you can have 2 people. Got this one? Then, my statement work clarity ochindha ledha? Then next one. And 3 people between M and N. 3 in between M and N. Now N can be here or N can be here. How many possibilities are? 3 possibilities. 2 possibilities. Now between M and N, 1, 2, 3, N can be here or N can be here. Must saripinda ledha? And 2 possibilities. But whereas, and N is not an immediate neighbor of H. Hence N cannot be here, now N is fixed. N cannot be here, N is fixed. Then M is not an immediate neighbor, N is not an immediate neighbor of H. As many people sit between M and H, H and K. M and H and K, equal number of persons. In the first case, between M and H, how many people are there? 4. Hence, between H and K, how many? 4 people, K is. Now, in the second case, M and H, how many? 2. H and K, how many? 2 people. L sits second to the left of H. L is seated second to the left of H. L is seated second to the left of H. Then Q sits exactly between H and L. Now, Q is exactly between H and L. Q is exactly between H and L. Now, till this one, we have done with the entire information. As many persons between Q and K. Now, we are talking about the number of persons between Q and K as to the left of P. Left hand side of P and the number of persons between Q and K must be the same. Now, in the first case, in between Q and K, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to the left hand side of P, how many persons must be there? 5 persons. P must be 6 persons from the left hand. Now, in the second case, between Q and K, how many persons are there? 3. And to the left hand side of P, how many? 3. That means P must be 4th from the left hand. P can be either 6th from the left or 4th from the left. And so we have 2 possibilities. P who sits to the immediate right of N. Now, P is to the immediate right hand side of N. Now, here P is to the immediate right hand side of N. Now, here in this case, 5 persons means 1 N is already there, 4 more persons. Saripinda? Now, here in this one, P is here, 1, 2, 3, 3 persons. Then, and make a space ledu kabatti number 4 rasi akkada. And R sits to the immediate right of K. R is to the immediate right of K. R is to the immediate right of K. S sits second to the left of R. S is here. S is here. And R sits second from one of the extrements. There is only 1 person. That means right extrement that has been closed. Then R sits second. S is not adjacent to H. S and H are not adjacent. Number of persons sitting to the right of P is same to the left of S. Number of persons sitting to the right of P. Now, here in this one, how many people are to the right hand side of P? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. How many people are to the right hand side of P? 15. And same as to the left of S. Left of S, we need to have 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 plus 14, 4, 17. Is this condition valid? And this condition got invalid. Then, number of persons sitting to the right of P, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 to the right hand side of P. 11 to the left hand side of S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Saripinda? Hence, we are left with the second case. Then, any other information that is left over? No. And this is the final. With exam lo anta concentrated cheyadam anedi koddiga complicated thing. Then, in general, it must be under the first priority, but whereas, after looking at this statement, first statement, then I had decided to work out this one under the second. Ma nenaithe second priority peteskunta. But mee sangat teliyadu. Meer nakana baga chestaru kabatti first priority chesukovali. Then, already you have done 2 sets. అందుకే దీన్ని వెనక్కి పెట్టుకోండి. మరి ఎందుకంటే మధ్యలో ఎక్కడైనా స్టక్ అయ్యారా అవుట్ మీ పని. రిమైనింగ్ ఈజీ క్వశ్చన్స్ కూడా ఈజీగా చేయలేరు. Inequalities, coding, decoding, such a type of questions also, and you cannot work out faster. Now this is from 83 to 87. Let's note on this one, then 88 onwards. Now 88. And which of the following should replace this one in order to make the expression H greater than E? My H greater than E is nothing but E lesser than H. Now we are moving from E to H. E to H and E lesser than H, in this question mark, which symbol you can have? You can have less than or equal to, lesser than or equal. Anything is valid. Because if there is lesser than, E lesser than H, straight away that is true. Or you can have equal to, then also one lesser than is there in between E and F, that it is also valid. Lesser than or equal to, then also lesser than is common. And so you can have any one of these three symbols. Then between M and G you need to have M and G. ఏముండాలి మనకి M lesser than or equals to G. G greater than or equals to M. మరి ఇక్కడ ఏముండాలి? You can have either equal to or greater than or equals to. Clear? Second symbol cannot be only greater than, cannot be lesser than, cannot be lesser than. You can have equal to or greater than or equal to. Choice 4 and choice 5 are valid. Then 4 and 5 lo, now in this one, now in choice 5 you cannot have first symbol as greater than or equals to. Then what is your answer finally? Choice 4. Then now you cannot replace each and every choice in this one and check out the conclusions. Adi eppudu the first very basic class we had discussed in that manner, because that was a learning session. But in the examination which you are not supposed to do that. Then now you need to check out what are the possible symbols you can have. Then eliminate the choices. And for 88. Then 89. Now 89, how many such pairs? Now what is the number we have? 6, 5, 3, 8, 7, 2, 9, 4. 7, 2, 9, 4. When the digits are arranged in the descending order within the number. Within the number they are arranged in the descending order. Descending order means 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 and 2. Now we need to compare these two. Then check out how many are there. 9 and 8. Here 9 and 8, they are adjacent. Here in the above, they are not adjacent. 9 and 7, there is 1. Here 9 and 7, 1. Here again 9 and 7, 1. When compared with that previous number and this one, number of digits in between same or different? Follow అవుతున్నారు లేదా? మన రెగ్యులర్ క్వశ్చన్ అయితే ఈజీగా చేస్తారు మీరు. When compared that one with our number system. Here we are not comparing that one with the number system. Rather, we are comparing with what? మనం దేంతో కంపేర్ చేస్తున్నాం? 6, 5, 3, 8 and 7, 2, 9, 4. This is the original number. ఈ ఒరిజినల్ నెంబర్తో కంపేర్ చేసుకోవాలి. Then they were arranged in descending order. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Done? Now in this one if you compare, 9 and 8, how many digits are there in this one? 9 and 8. They are consecutive digits. Clear? There is no digit in between 9 and 8 in this number. But whereas my previous example 9 and 8, how many were there? Are they consecutive? No, there are 2 in between. Hence they cannot form a pair. Then again compare 9 and 7. You need to compare each and every digit with 9, then with 8, then with 7 and so on. Maybe 9 and 7, how many digits are there? Here between 9 and 7, how many are there? Now between 9 and 7, in this one and that one, how many digits are there? Exactly. Whether the number of digits is same or not, hence it forms a pair. The next one, 9 to 6, how many were there? 2. Here 9 to 6, how many are there? More than 2. 9 and 5, how many? 3. Here 9 and 5, how many? 4. 9 and 4, how many? 4. And there 0. 9 and 3, 5. And 9 and 2, 6. 9 and 2, 6. Then with the help of 9, how many digits you have got? Only 1. Then starting with 8. 8 and 7 consecutive, 8 and 7 consecutive. Whether they form a pair or not. Then again 8 and 6, there is 1. Here 8 and 6, more than 1. 8 and 5, 2. And 8 and 5, 1. 8 and 4, 3. 8 and 4, 3. Hence 3 pairs. Follow out now? Then 8 and 3. 8 and 3, how many? Consecutive. 8 and 2. 8 and 2 more than. Hence with the help of 8, you have got 2 more pairs. Then coming to 7. 7 and 6 adjacent. They are not adjacent. 7 and 5, 1. And 7 and 4, 2. Here 7 and 4, 2. And so what is your answer? More than 3 choice. Clear? అర్థమవుతుంది ఇప్పుడు ఎలా కంపేర్ చేసుకోవాలో. అందుకే నేను కుర్చీ దిగవలసి వచ్చింది. నా చేతులు అక్కడ కదిలితే కానీ మీకు ఆ క్లారిటీ రాదు. Here I am moving my hands, but you cannot able to visualize that. Now 9 and 8. మా 9 and 7 1 pair. అవునా కదా? Here 9 and 7. మా 8th ఏమొచ్చింది? 8 and 7. 8 and 7 are consecutive, 8 and 7 are consecutive. Next 8 and 5 there are 8 and 4. 8 and 4, 3. Here 8 and 4, 3. Done? And more than 3, choice for question number 89. Then next one 90 to 94. Now in this 90 to 94, first or the second? Second priority. Because parameter is also added to this one, second priority. Now how many persons are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. And here again there are 4 persons. 8 persons, 4 in the one row and 4 in the other. And row 1 PQRS and all of them are facing towards south, P to S. And in row 2, ABCD, they are facing towards north. And they are working in different banks as well. R sits second to the right of the one who works in ICICI. R, where is this R? R seated second to the right of the one who works in ICICI. And how many possibilities do we have? 2 possibilities. As there are only 2 possibilities, let us start with the second 2 possibilities. R seated second to the right of the one who works in ICS. మా ఆర్ ఇక్కడ ఉంటే ఇక్కడ ఎవరు ఉండాలి? ICS. మా ఆర్ ఇక్కడ ఉంటే ఇక్కడ ఎవరు ఉండాలి? ICICI. Then A is an immediate neighbor of the person who is facing R. R's opposite, A is an immediate neighbor. Now here, A is an immediate neighbor of the one who is facing R. Then there are 2 possibilities. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేయాలి? Here, A, there is only 1 possibility. We need to focus more on this one. Then, and only 1 person between B and C. 1 person between B and C, BRC, definitely D must be here. Done. And the one who works in P and B. Now one works in P and B. Make it B and C ఎలా ఉండొచ్చు? అప్పుడు A can be here or A can be here. Or if A is here, then B and C. అవునా కదా? Hence n number of possibilities. The one who works in P and B is facing the one who is an immediate neighbor of Indian Bank. P and B facing, ఇది లాస్ట్లో పెట్టాం. D works in Union Bank. Now D works in Union Bank. Now D works in Union Bank. Then the one who works in P and B facing the one who is an immediate neighbor of Indian Bank. Immediate neighbor of Indian. The one who works in DCB sits diagonal opposite to BOB. And DCB and BOB. Diagonal opposite means from one corner to the other corner. Where the longest diagonal should always be taken. అర్థమైందా? Diagonal. ఈ రెండు తీసుకోకూడదు. Diagonal is always from one corner to the other corner. Now DCB and what is the next one we have? And BOB. Now if DCB is here, then BOB will be here. Or if DCB here, BOB will be here. సరిపోయిందా లేదా? Now here Union Bank is there. This case is not possible. And the one who works in DCB sits diagonal. C does not work in BOB. Now C, BOB is ruled out. And Q sits second to the left of the one. Q is seated second to the left of the one who is facing the one who works in BOB. Now BOB is opposite R. Then DCB is BO's opposite second to the left. Who is that one? Q. Q is seated second to the left of the one who is facing the one who works in BOB. S works in P and B. Where is this S? S works in P and B. S must be here. He is working in P and B. Then who is the person left over? P is the person left over. Then A works in SBI. Now A is working in SBI. Now we are left with one more information. Am I into Japanese? The one who works in P and B facing the one who is an immediate neighbor of Indian Bank. Indian Bank adjacent, then it must be P and B. Now Indian Bank adjacent P and B, this must be Indian Bank. అవునా కదా? మరి ఇక్కడ ఇండియన్ బ్యాంక్ అయితే మిగిలిపోయింది ఎవరు చెప్పండి? HDFC. And R is HDFC. And C does not work in BOB. Then B will be here. If B is here, C will be here. Then అందుకే చూడండి, మనకు ఒక పాసిబిలిటీ ఎక్కడైనా ఫిక్స్ అయితే మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద కేసెస్ విల్ గెట్ దట్ వన్ యాజ్ యువర్ ఆన్సర్. అందుకే తెలిసిన వెంటనే ఏం చేసాం? వీ హావ్ కాన్సన్ట్రేటెడ్ మోర్ ఆన్ దిస్ వన్, కెప్ట్ దిస్ వన్ ఫర్ బఫర్. పక్కన వదిలేసాం. ఎనీ కండిషన్ ఈజ్ ఇన్వాలిడ్, దెన్ విల్ ట్రై టు వర్క్ అవుట్ దిస్ వన్ విత్ 2 possibilities. And this is from 90 to 94. Then next 95 చేశారేమో. Now in the given word, what is the word we have? Disclosure. Now in the given word disclosures, DIS, CLO, SURE. Now in this word disclosure, in the given word, if all the vowels are changed to previous letter, vowel changed to what? Previous letter -1, -1, -1. And all the consonants are changed to next letter +1, +1, +1, and so on. D +1, I -1 H, and O -1 N, U -1 T, E -1 D, remaining letters +1, D +1 E, ST, and CD, LM, ST, RS. Now these are the letters we have. All the letters are arranged in alphabetical order from left to right. And eliminate the repeated letters. Now repeated letters, what you need to do? Cancel them. What are the letters that were repeated here? Now T repeated and D repeated. Now the remaining letters are kept in alphabetical order. Anagada. And what are the letters we have? E, H, M, N, S. Then which of the following will be second from the right? N, that is choice to question number 95. Then 96 to 100. First or the second priority? First priority. Finally, you could able to have 3 sets under the first priority and 2 under the second priority. The remaining questions first priority. Then how many questions? Except those 2 sets, you can comfortably work out with the 25. And during that stipulated time. ఇప్పుడు చెక్ చేసుకోండి మీకు ఎన్ని మార్క్స్ వచ్చాయో మరి. Whether you have reached 25 or not. Not in the entire paper, reasoning I am talking about. మా వచ్చే లేదా 25 in reasoning, check చేసుకోండి. Then check out how much time is left over. If more than 3 minutes is left over, then you need to check out between the 2 sets that were left, which one you need to work out under the first priority. Then decent score in this paper is definitely 25. Then coming back to this one, how many persons are there? 10 persons living on 10 different floors. 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now 10 persons are staying on 10 different floors. D lives in an odd number floor, but below 6th floor. Odd number floor below 6th floor, how many possibilities do we have? 3 possibilities. Either 1, 3 and 5. Clear? D can be on 1st floor, 3rd floor or the 5th floor. Now, in the first priority, let us take D on the 1st floor. Next one, D on the 3rd floor, D on the 5th floor. Now, 3 different possibilities. Now, 3 persons between D and F. In the first case, F is here. Now, in the second case, F is here. Then, in the third case, F is here. Or F can be here. How many possibilities are there in the third? 2 possibilities. Can be above, can be below. Then, C and G are adjacent floors. Now, C and G, they are adjacent to each other. F lives below the floor of K. F is below the floor of K, then F is below K and F. Then at least 1 person lives between E and G. Now in between E and G, how many persons? Minimum 1 person greater than or equals to 1. G who lives just below the floor of K. Now G just below the floor of K. K is here. G just below the floor of K. K and G must be together. Then can we have F at this place? No, why it is no? Because F lives below K and above this F we need to have minimum 2 persons, which is not possible. F cannot be here. Now here again F is fixed here. My F fixed అయిపోయిందా లేదా? Then next one. Now C and G are adjacent to each other అంటే ఎలా ఉండాలి? Now K, G and C must be together. Are you getting this one or not? Because K and G are adjacent, G is immediately below K, and again G and C are adjacent, isn't it? Hence K, G and C must be together. K, G and C must be together here. Then G who lives just below the floor. Only 2 persons between B and L. In between B and L, 2. L lives on an even number floor. L even. L lives on an even number floor. E lives on the 6th floor. I'm not fixed. And in fact, we are looking for a definite information like this. Now, E lives on this one. E lives here. And A who lives on adjacent floor to both E and L. A is adjacent to both E and L. Now A is adjacent to both E and L. A is adjacent to both E and L. Clear? Then B and L are how many? There are exactly 2. Here it is not possible. Now B and L, there are exactly 2. B must be here. Now B and L are how many? There is exactly 2. This is also ruled out. Now we have left with only 1 possible. Now in this one between C and K, G and C must be together. Where can we fix this K, G and C? K, G and C is here. మా మిగిలిపోయింది ఏంటి? H must be here. చూడండి అంత సింపుల్గా అయిపోయింది. By the time you read the last statement, entire arrangement must be done. How many times you read the information? మేము ఎన్నిసార్లు చదివాం? Only once. Your target must be that one. We need to read the entire information only once and represent the data given. But till this one, మా ఇంతవరకు నాకు డౌట్ అయ్యింది, ఇదేదో తేడా కొడిందండి. ఎందుకు చెప్పండి, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఎక్కడ దొరకట్లా, డెఫినెట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఏ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ చూసారా? ఏ లీవ్ సెట్ చేసాం, ఎక్కడ నుంచి ఫిక్స్ అయిపోయింది. దెన్ యూ నీడ్ టు వెయిట్ ఫర్ దట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఎక్కడో లింక్ ఇస్తారు, ఆ లింక్ పట్టుకోవాలి. First, starting with that link, you can able to arrange the remaining elements as it is. Till that one, and you need to patiently wait for that information. Okay? అయిపోయింది కదా పేపర్. Now this is about paper number 25. ఇంకా నెంబర్ సిరీస్ ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయా? క్వశ్చన్ నెంబర్స్ 36 to 40. Now in this 36 to 40, మన నెంబర్ సిరీస్ ఉన్నాయా లేవంటే ఉన్నాయా లేవో చెప్పాలి. ఓకే ఫైన్. మీకు డౌట్ ఉందా లేదంటే అప్పుడు చెప్పాలి. అందుకే నెంబర్ సిరీసే లేవంటే అలా. దెన్ 180 and 191. వాట్ ఈజ్ నో అమ్మ ఏం చేయాలి ఇందులో? డిఫరెన్స్ 11. నెక్స్ట్ డిఫరెన్స్ నో 2. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ మా నెక్స్ట్ వన్ 11. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ 3. నెక్స్ట్ వన్ మా 10 వస్తుంది. 10. 11. Here the difference is so much 2. Here the difference is so much 10. Here the difference is 3. 11, 10, 9. 206 plus 9. How much? 215 choice 2. Then next one, question number 37. How much happen? 3 into 1 plus 1. Make it 9 into 3 plus 1. Here it is into 2 plus 1. Then it is into 4 plus 1. 8 into 4, 32 plus 1, 33. Last digit 3, choice 4. Then 38. Now in this 38 numbers are in the decreasing order. You need to start in the reverse. Into 2 plus 2. Into 2 plus 4. Into 2 plus 6. Into 2 plus 8. Into 2 plus 10. Into 2 plus 10. 20. 20, that is choice. Then next one, 39. Now 3 and 1.5. How can you work out this one? Into 0.5. Then into 1. Into 2. Into 4. Into 8. 12 into 8, 96 choice. Then next one, 53 and 55 difference is so much 2. Next difference 5. Next one 10. 2, 5, 10. 2, 5, 10. N square plus 1. 1 square plus 1. 2 square plus 2. 3 square plus 1. 4 square plus 1. 5 square plus 1. How much? 26. 7 plus 6, 3. 3 at the last page, choice 5. Done? అయిపోయింది కదా. మరి 2 నిమిషాలు పట్ల దానికి ఎందుకు ఇలా అంటారు? Done. Now we winded the session by 4:59. I'm a 5 low వదిలేస్తాం మిమ్మల్ని. At whatever maybe the time we have started, maybe it is at 4:30 or 4:20 or 4 o'clock or 3:30. I will leave you at 5 o'clock. Done? మా ఇంటికి వెళ్ళి మళ్ళీ ఆ సర్టెన్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ పర్సన్స్ వస్తారు చేయండి. ఎందుకంటే ఆ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ మీరు తీసుకునేది రేరెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద రేర్ కేస్. ఫస్ట్ టైం వచ్చింది.